Hi everyone. Right off the bat, I fucking hate this movie. This is probably gonna be a rant. Um, it but I have to mention this. For the record, do like Tim Burton movies. I enjoyed Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I enjoyed Beetlejuice, his Batman movies, Edward Scissorhands. Love Ed Wood. I think Mars Attacks is underrated. I even enjoyed Sleepy Hollow. I love Big Fish. I love Sweeney Todd. So I pretty much named like 10 Tim Burton movies I like. This one, fuck this movie. Pretty much, oh, and it's not because it's a remake. If you want, some remakes are good, some are not. It just depends if it's a good movie or not. And this is not a good movie in my opinion. First of all, I didn't give a shit about Marky Mark and his funky bunch of humans who, are just like, they pretty much follow him around and, some of them don't even, like, do shit. Fucking Tim Roth chewing the goddamn scenery all the time, He's always like, okay, so you got your main hero and your main villain. Your hero going like, hi, how did I get here? How did these monkeys get like this? I gotta find my ship. And then your villain, so goddamn over the top, we underestimate this human. And there's that one fucking scene where, Michael Clark Duncan, may he rest in peace. He's actually good in this movie. He tells Tim Roth, I forget Tim Roth's character's name. I think it was Thade. I believe so. He tells Thade, this human, he stole the horses and, he escaped with the other humans. And then Tim Roth's, Thade's reaction was like, he's fucking jumping up the walls and he's like screaming like a fucking a retard who didn't get his favorite toy or some shit like that. That's over the top, like fucking crazy. I did like like I said, I liked Michael Clark Duncan. He did a good job. I actually liked Helen Bonham Carter's character. I think she did good. Paul Giamatti, I thought he had some funny lines, but that's it. The human characters, they're all bland and just one-dimensional. Especially Marky Mark's character, who I don't even buy as an astronaut. But that's besides the point. Pretty much, he's an astronaut. They're testing chimps. This one chimp who gets lost and in space. Lost in space. He gets lost in space, and Marky Mark, he goes after him in this little pod. And he gets lost himself, and he lands in the planet of the apes. And one thing I have to say is, like, I don't mind changes, but there's this one thing I thought was fucking stupid, was how in this version humans can talk. So in the original, I don't want to compare too much, but it's a remake. In the original, humans couldn't be able to talk, and that's why they're treated like animals. In this one, they talk. And I guess they're smart enough, I guess, like normal people would be. They just live in tribes, that's all. But they can talk. So why do the apes treat people who can talk like animals? Doesn't make much sense. I mean, they're just bigots. That's all. I mean, in the original, they were just ignorant and they didn't know that humans could, have the capacity to be intelligent because they couldn't talk. And this one is like, they're just fucking bigots. Really? It's stupid. Pretty much, Helen Bonham Carter, she, she wants to help humans, she feels sympathy for them, and she helps Marky Mark and his Funky Bunch, to escape, and, pretty much you guys know, if you guys seen it, you know what happens, because, all of a sudden Marky Mark is seen as a hero, because he actually tries to escape, and I'm just like, no one has ever tried to escape, like the humans, nobody. I mean, I guess they're supposed to be just fearful, I guess, but I don't know. And then there's a war at the end of the movie, and the chimp that got lost that Marky Mark was trying to find in space, he arrives, and that's supposed to be their god or whatever, because they believe in this god, Simos, and they think that's him. He's returned to save us, pretty much, and then Marky Mark, he finds the spaceship that he was part of, and that he realizes that he just jumped in the future. Pretty much has like a ho-hum reaction, like, oh man, it's not my fault. They were looking for me, and that's the reason why the things are the way they are. Yeah. Great acting, Marky Mark. And pretty much, I mean, I'm going all over the place. I mean, this movie's all over the place, but there's some weird fucking scenes, like there's this random fucking scene where fucking this you were about to see some fucking ape porn. They're fucking ready to have sex. Okay, Timmy Burton, we didn't want to see that shit. And, the human characters suck in this movie. I mean, there's supposed to be this, like, this little kid who wants to, I want to be, I want to defeat the apes, and I want to be just like you, Marky Mark, and, he barely fucking talks in the movie, and, like, I don't know who the fuck this kid is. It's just in the background the whole time. And then it's stupid ass, during the finale, he goes, in front of the line when the apes are coming, he falls, his horse falls on him, and Marky Mark has to save him. Fucking stupid ass kid. Get the fuck out of here. And there's supposed to be this love triangle between Marky Mark and, Ari, Helen Bonham Carter, and the blonde chick, and I don't fucking buy it. First of all, Marky Mark and the blonde chick barely even talk to each other, and I guess they're supposed to have a relationship because every time Marky Mark talks to Ari, fucking the blonde chick always gets jealous and shit. Really? You're really fucking jealous? Who are you again? Whatever. It's pretty much at the end, and the ending makes no fucking sense. I still, how many years? 13 years later, and I still don't fucking get the ending. Pretty much, after fucking Tim Roth has a fucking hissy fit. Marky Mark, he goes on his pod, leaves everybody. He goes, in the past, tries to go to the year where he came from, and he lands on Earth, and he lands in Washington D.C. and he sees that the Abraham Lincoln statue is now, you know, Ape Abraham Lincoln, and it has like a quote in the wall, and it says, "Our hero Thade," which is Tim Roth's character. I'm like, how the fuck does that make sense? When did he go back in time? Because it's, you know, earlier in the movie, it's revealed that the apes were you know, ruled because the astronauts who were looking for Marky Mark, they had apes themselves, and they rose up against them, and they got smarter, and that was, you know, the first that was the reason why pretty much the apes are the way they are in this movie. But, you know, Marky Mark goes, you know, back in the past, and he's on Earth, and there's apes, you know, wearing fucking human clothes, and, you know, they're cops and shit like that. Because of Thade? When did he go back in time? Not even a clue during the movie? Nothing? And I know. They were gonna answer it in the sequel. But this is the kind of shit you have to answer in the fucking movie. Okay? And there was no sequel, so good riddance, you know? So yeah, I mean, this movie sucks. Again, you know, Padre Marty was, you know, he had some funny lines. I like Helen Bonham Carter, and Michael Clark Duncan was good, but you know, over the top villain Tim Roth, Thade, fucking chewing the goddamn scenery, you know, having a hissy fit. Boring lead, Marky Mark, boring humans. I don't give a fuck about them. You know, shitty story. You know, apes are bigots. And the references to the original didn't bother me. I mean, I thought they fit well. I thought, you know, the whole line where Michael Clark Duncan says, you know, take your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty human. I didn't mind that line. I think that was kind of clever, actually. The Charlton Heston makes a cameo as Sayus, actually, who's Tim Roth's dad. He pretty much, you know, he knows the truth about humans, and he gives them a gun. He says, "Damn all the humans to hell," pretty much, because they, you know, they made us, you know, their slave. I don't know. I mean, you've all seen the movie. You know, most people hate it. I'm not saying anything new here, but this movie sucks, and I'm glad they didn't do a sequel. And this is a shitty way to start a franchise, but gladly they rebooted it 10 years later, and I'll get into that later in another review of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. But and I know, actually, one thing I will mention, that the makeup in this movie of the apes was really good. So I'll give props. I'll give credit where credit is due. You know, the makeup was really fucking good. But yeah, okay. So 3 good actors, and I mean 3 good performances. You know, well, they are good actors, but 3 good performances and good makeup. That's it. Everything else sucks. So that's it, and tune in next time, and fuck Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, so